All right, good afternoon, everybody. Grateful to be back home here in our yoga church building on Whidbey Island in Freeland. And today we'll do a practice that opens the fronts of the shoulders. And whenever I think of pecs in front of the shoulders, I can't help but think of Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. So one of the things in yoga that I have found over the years is that when we talk about the heart chakra, we always think of the front body and back bends and heart openers. You hear that a lot, like, what would you like to do today? And a student will respond, heart openers. And honestly, the heart chakra is as much in between our shoulder blades and in the back body as it is in the front. So we can think about heart opening or shoulder opening or chest opening as both the front, but also the back. And one of the greatest strengtheners for the heart chakra is plank pose, especially plank pose held on forearms, forearm plank. It's very fortifying for the whole shoulder girdle. And so when we come into a practice thinking about things not only physically, but also energetically, we can think about how fortifying the heart chakra is creating boundaries so that we're not overgiving, creating boundaries so that we're not depleting our energy and coming from a less than full place. When we have good boundaries, we really can offer our medicine to the world in a loving way, in an open way, and in a collaborative way, because we're resourced enough. So today we'll focus a little bit on strengthening the shoulder girdle, strengthening the heart chakra, and then of course, opening up and feeling support. So if you are watching this from home at a later date, later time than this, let's grab a block if we have it, or a pillow. So if you've got a block, great. And if not, a pillow would work, because at the end of class, we'll do supported fish pose, which is one of my very favorites. So we'll settle for just a moment. In a seat, whatever that looks like for you. And take a moment to bring our energy here in this body, on this land. On Whidbey Island, we are on the land of the Tulalip tribe, Seattle Duwamish tribe, all Coast Salish people. And as we acknowledge whose land we are on, we can humble ourselves to the wisdom of many generations of people tending to land and water as relative, as mother, father, brother, sister. And it helps us to deepen our own awareness of who has been invisible and how we can bring our awareness, respect back to First Nations people and learn to deepen our own relationship with land, water, plants, and animals, and in the process with ourselves and each other. And as we do that, we honor the element of earth. Element of earth within our body is the bones of our body, our hips, our legs, our feet. And from that awareness of just feeling our seat, our legs on the earth, our seat on the cushion on the earth. Awareness starts to rise up vertebra by vertebra, all the way up. The spine, back of the neck is nice and long. Crown of the head lifts. Crown energy, our inherent dignity. And our connection to the vast vault of consciousness. And that's a big word, right? Vast vault of consciousness, big concept. Being open to others' lived experiences, to wisdom from all cultures, all religions, all people, all racial identities, all sexual orientations, all gender identities, all of us, with inherent wisdom and connection to the divine, inherent dignity, fundamental worthiness. And then bringing our palms to our own heart in any shape that feels potent to you right now. And that energy of the heart chakra, that loving kindness, Christ consciousness, the power to love beyond our own expectations or conditions, a universal love. May this practice help to ground and settle our nervous systems. Allow us to be present with both the strengthening aspects and the aspects of flexibility in the practice. Feeling our own edges and boundaries so that we may show up in a good way, in a resourced way, and become more aware of our own ability to resource and to give from a full place. One Om together, deep breath in. All right, my dears, we're going to start today on our backs, And then plant your feet and do a few rolling bridges. So as you do your rolling bridges, lifting your hips high, arms go all the way up overhead. You might even shift high on your tiptoes and then roll down vertebra by vertebra. And we'll do that a few more times. You might notice here your stance. Often we're a little wide in our stance. We want our feet to be pretty much in line with our sitting bones. The other thing I notice in myself and others is that we tend to have our feet turned out, which means the toes are wider than the heels. We want to try to have our feet parallel. For most of us, that's going to feel like our heels are a tiny bit wider than our toes. Notice here, as you do a few more rounds of rolling bridge, can you feel your thighs really supporting you here? So that we don't clench the glutes. Glutes can engage, but try not to clench. Next time you're down, draw your knees into your chest and do a few circles one direction. And a few circles the other direction. Right ankle, left knee, but the left leg is going to straighten up in the air. And then inhale here. Exhale, lower that left heel toward the floor. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift the legs back up. Take your left elbow toward that right knee. And then right elbow toward the ankle. Come back to center. Head goes down. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the legs. Hover. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift the legs back up. And then switch side to side. And then curl head down. Lower the leg. Head curls up, lift the leg, and then switch side to side. Head down, leg down, head up, leg up, and switch side to side. A few more times. Head down, leg down, head up, leg up, side, side. Head down, leg down, head up, leg up, side to side. One more. Head down, leg down, head up, leg up, side to side. And then come down and thread the needle. And take a few breaths there. And just notice anything that might be presenting in the right hip. And then releasing that side. Left ankle, right knee, right leg is straight. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the heel down. Curl the head up. Lift the leg up and go side to side. Head center and down, leg down. Head up, legs up, side to side. Head down, leg down, head up, legs up, side to side. Head down, legs down, curl up, lift the legs, side to side. Head down, legs down, head up, legs up, side to side. One more. Head down, legs down, curl up, legs up, side to side, and then thread the needle. Feeling into that left hip. What's happening there? Great. And then undo your legs back to center. We'll squeeze our legs together. Draw our knees toward the right, but only a tiny bit. And then draw the knees toward your chest. Staying to the right, knees away from you. Back to center. Keep the knees bent. Go slightly left. Knees toward you. Knees away from you. Back to center, inhale. To the right. Knees toward you. Knees away from you. Back to center. To the left. Knees toward you. Knees away from you. Back to center. To the right. Knees toward you and away from you. Back to center. To the left. Knees toward you and away from you. And back to center. Place your feet down. Now bridge pose and to hold. So maybe you grab the edges of your mat so that you can walk your shoulders underneath you. Some of you might be able to interlace your fingers behind your back, but it's not necessary. Others might want to have their triceps down and their hands up in the air. Kind of a 90-degree angle with the elbows. And feel that support through your arms, your feet. And then slowly come down. And we'll come up and over onto hands and knees. And so with this one, Draw your hands toward your knees toward your hands, and push the earth away and draw your belly in. So clearly we're not going anywhere because we're on a sticky mat, but we're engaging all these muscles that support the shoulder girdle. Take a few more breaths here. You might start to shake. You might notice your breathing gets a little shaky. Mine does. Try to steady the breath. And then downward facing dog. So here in this first down dog, bring the shoulders away from the ears. Draw your triceps in toward your cheeks and feel like you're spinning your inner elbows forward. Root down through the pointer finger knuckle of both hands. Soften your knees. Lift your sitting bones. Draw your belly in and engage the front of your legs, your quads. Look forward. Walk or hop to your hands. Halfway lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Rise all the way up on the inhale. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. And then come to your forearms. Forearm plank. You can keep knees down or lift them up. Push the earth away, especially toward your wrists. Draw your belly in. Feel like you could draw your heart forward a tiny bit, but you're also pushing into the arms. And then lift the hips and walk your feet forward for dolphin. Most likely in dolphin, you won't have your heels touch the floor. Keep your knees soft, lift your sitting bones, engage the front of your legs. Push into one hand at a time or both together, down dog. Look forward, walk or hop to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise all the way up. And palms to the heart. Reach your arms up, inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, plank. Now you choose forearm plank or regular plank. We're going to come to our right side. So right knee could be down. Whatever feels in alignment for you to really hold this pose. Push the earth away and draw that right shoulder away from your ear. Draw the front of your ribs in. Notice both the back of the heart and the front, the chest and the shoulder blades. And come back to plank or hands and knees. And then switch to the left side. So it could be forearm plank, or you could have your hand down, your left knee could be down. Push the earth away and draw that left shoulder away from your ear. Try to breathe into both the front of your chest and the space between your shoulder blades. Back to plank. We'll all bring our forearms down. Forearm plank. Push the earth away. Hips go high, walk your feet forward, dolphin. Notice here, what feels more stabilizing, pushing into your forearms or drawing your chest towards your thighs? Try to be somewhere in the middle. And then one hand at a time or both together, down dog. And then stretch it back some. We'll look forward, walk or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up. And palms to the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back plank. Coming to your left side now. Could be on forearms, could be on hands, whatever works for you. Stay for a few breaths. Shoulder away from the ear. Push the earth away. And back to plank. And on to the right side. Intentionally really bringing that right shoulder away from the ear. Back to plank. Shift forward. Knees could come down, lower to the floor. Sphinx pose. In Sphinx, the elbows are underneath the shoulders. Push into the whole length of your forearm, especially the wrists. As you push, draw your belly in. Tops of the feet are grounded. They're really pushing down. Lift just your knees. Engage the front of your legs. Draw your belly strongly in, even though you're on it, and begin to pull the heart forward. Keep pushing into the wrists. Engage the front of the legs. Can you let go of your glutes a little bit? Keep your knees lifted. Keep your belly engaged. Lift your hands up and bring them back by your ribs. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Down dog. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up. Palms to the heart. Now, Knees, chest, and chin is very different than chaturanga. It's not even a modification for chaturanga. We're going to work with that today. If that doesn't work for your body, you can always modify your chaturanga or do full chaturanga. Yeah, but we'll try it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right toes back. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Plant your palms, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Butt is in the air. Roll through Cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Right leg high. Step the foot forward. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Step forward and fold. Rise up. Palms pass through the heart mountain. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Step your left toes back. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Roll through Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg up. Foot steps forward. Dip the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. Step forward and fold. Rise up. Mountain pose. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Right toe step back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, and chin. Roll through Cobra. Down dog. Right leg up. Foot steps forward. Gaze forward. Step forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Arms up. Fold forward. Look forward. Left toes back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Roll through Cobra. Down dog. Left leg high. Foot steps forward. Gaze forward. Step forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Arms up. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Right toes back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Roll through Cobra. Down dog. Right leg up. Foot steps forward. Gaze forward. Step forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Arms up. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Left toes back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra pose. Down dog. Left leg up. Foot forward. Gaze forward. Fold forward. Rise up. Mountain pose. Arms up. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Right toes back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Right leg up. Step forward. Look forward. Step forward. Rise up. Mountain. Arms up. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Left toes back. Breathe in. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Left leg up. Step forward. Gaze forward. Step forward. Rise. Mountain pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. 3 more breaths here. Feel your weight. Is it centered? Is it forward? Is it back? Is it right? Is it left? Notice. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Right toe step back, crescent lunge. Now, reach behind your back for opposite wrists or elbows. Draw your shoulders back. Bend that front knee. Draw your belly in, but lift the heart. Notice which arm is on top. Look forward, keep your arms how they are. Warrior 3 leg or airplane. Rise up, lift that right knee up. Keep your hands how they are, tree. Release your arms, release your legs, mountain pose. Arms up, inhale. Fold forward. Gaze forward. Left toe step back, crescent lunge. Remember which arm was on top. Bring the other one on top. Reach for your wrists, forearms, or elbows. Squeeze the shoulders together. Lift the heart up and draw the belly in. Look forward. We're lifting the left leg. Airplane or warrior 3. Come up. Left knee lifts up. Tree. Release your hands, release your feet, mountain pose. Chair pose, inhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Plank. Right side, side plank. Plank. Left side. Plank. Lower to the earth. Sphinx. Push into your wrists. Lift your knees. Engage your quads. Shake your booty a little. Relax it. Draw your belly in. Then start to draw the heart forward. Focus your breath behind the heart, between the shoulder blades. Could your quads be super strong here? Your belly draw in. Lift your hands. Put them back by your ribs, Cobra. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Foot steps forward, crescent lunge. Reach for opposite elbows or wrists. Notice which arm's on top. Warrior 3 leg. Lift that left knee up. Tree. Now listen, lift the left knee up. Step it back about 3 feet. Pyramid pose. Heart forward. Begin to hinge forward at that right hip. Draw the right hip back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Come down with a flat back. And then forehead toward the shin. Bring weight in your back heel. Release your hands. Halfway lift. Maybe your left hand comes to a block. Draw your right hip back. Both legs are straightish. Weight in your back heel. Right hand to your sacrum. Lead with your shoulder. Start to stack the shoulders open. Draw the right hip back. Draw the belly in. Then maybe right arm up. Five more breaths. Fold over that front leg, frame the foot, forehead toward your shin. Now you might have a block under that left hand on the tallest setting. Yeah? Lift your left leg. Left hand to the block, right hand to the hip. And then open, revolved half moon. Right arm up. Five more breaths. And then feet together, forward fold. Chair pose. Fold forward. Look forward. Plank. Left side, side plank. Plank. Right side. Plank. Lower to the floor. Sphinx. Ground your wrists first. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your kneecaps. Engage the front of your thighs. Relax your butt. Draw your belly in. Draw the heart forward. Keep your feet grounded, your legs lift, your belly in. Walk your hands back, lift them both. Cobra. Tuck your toes under, down dog. Left leg up. Step the foot forward, crescent lunge. All right, which arm was on top? Reach for opposite wrists or elbows. Shoulders back. Warrior three leg. Lift the knee up. Tree. Lift the knee up. Step the foot back, not too far. Straighten both legs, pyramid. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lead with the heart, flat back. And then forehead towards shin. Frame the front foot, bow. Keep drawing the left hip back. You might have a block under your right hand. Lengthen the torso. Draw the left hip back. Weight in your back heel. Left hand to the sacrum. Lead with the shoulders. Start to stack the shoulders open. Try not to hyperextend the front knee. Keep drawing the hip back, the belly in, and then maybe the arm up. 5 more breaths. And frame that front foot bow. Block under the right hand, maybe at the tallest setting. Lift your right leg up. Draw your left hip back. Start to open, left arm up, revolved half moon. 5 more breaths. Feet together, fold forward. Breathe. Chair pose. Arms open to either side, right arm under, eagle arms. Right leg over, eagle pose. Keep your eagle arms, tree leg. Lift your right knee, step the foot back. Warrior one with eagle arms. Root through the back heel. Humble warrior, eagle arms. Keep drawing the left hip back. Release your hands. Plant your palms. Pivot to side plank on the right. plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Look forward. Walk or hop. Halfway lift. Bow again. Chair pose. Left arm under, eagle arms. Left leg over, eagle pose. And then tree leg. Lift the left knee up. Step the foot back, warrior one, eagle arms. Humble warrior, keep drawing your right hip back. Release your hands. We're coming to side plank on the left. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, down dog or sit back on your heels. All right, everybody sit back on your heels. And come up onto your knees. Place your hands fingertip down at the small of your back. Heels right at the low back. Fingertips on the sacrum. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your toes a tiny bit wider than your knees. Imagine you're pushing your sacrum down. Feel like there's an anchor on your sacrum or your tailbone. Continue to squeeze the shoulders toward each other, shoulder blades. Send the hips forward and the heart up. And this might be where you stay, or maybe you tuck your toes under and reach for your heels. Camel, Ustrasana. My goodness, what if your butt could relax a little bit here? Your belly drew in. You squeezed your inner thighs toward one another. Your legs took over a little tiny bit for the butt, just a little bit. And then sit back on your heels. So this next one on the Hatha Asana is it's tricky for different bodies. Yeah, so we're all different. You might have a pillow. We'll make it a little bit easier. We're going to come and shift to where we're on hands and knees, tucking our toes under, but we're going to start to walk our hands way forward. And then bring your butt up in the air, so kind of a cow shape to your back. And then as you continue to walk your hands forward, they might even come off the mat. See if you can bring your forearms, chest, and maybe chin down, butt stays up. That's too much on your neck. Forehead could be to the floor or a pillow. Notice the front of your shoulders here, your chest. Could you soften your elbows a tiny bit? Maybe even pushing the fingertips so that the shoulders could let go. Most of us, this is a challenging pose. So breathe where you can here. Keep drawing your belly in front of your ribs in. I find it takes a while to soften here. We'll try to stay 5 more breaths. Look forward. We're coming to Sphinx. So if you can push into your forearms and just kind of roll your body forward, great. Otherwise, you might have to walk your hands back. So Sphinx probably feels very stable and steady after Anahata Asana, which is more flexible, right? We're expanding our flexibility in that pose, where we're coming back to our stability in this pose. We need both. Structure, stability can support that idea of being open, vulnerable, loving. Let's do a few neck circles here. Chin to chest, right ear toward right shoulder. Chin to chest, left ear toward left shoulder. Now we're going to walk our knees wide as is comfortable for your body, and then lift the feet and bring the soles of the feet together. Push into your wrists and your palms. You might stay here, or some of you might lift your elbows up. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears and draw your belly in. 5 more breaths. What if you could stay mostly up and walk your hands up, place them under your ribs, release your feet for a wide-legged child's pose. With the knees wide, belly might go to the floor, chest might go to the floor. You can even turn your head to one side for a few breaths. And then the other side. And then, my dears, we're shifting back onto, well, let's come onto our bellies for a moment and take our right arm out in a cactus shape. We'll look and make sure our elbows pretty in line with our shoulders. And then we're going to bend both knees and come to our right side. So we'll feel a stretch there in the right pec, the right shoulder. Yeah, and this is plenty for most of us. Yeah. You might have your left fingertips kind of like a tent, and we'll push into them a little bit. Focus on drawing the right shoulder down. You might even feel your right shoulder blade here. Five more breaths. Great, and then we'll come back to our bellies. Have our left arm out in that cactus shape. Make sure your elbow's in line with your shoulder. And then we're bending both knees and just coming to our left side. We might tent our right fingertips. We can push in a little, but focus more on drawing the left shoulder away from the ear. You might feel your left shoulder blade. We'll come back to our bellies and push into our hands and sit back up onto our knees for a moment just to set ourselves up for restorative fish. So what I want to say is if you do have a block, you can have it either the horizontal way or the vertical way. Both ways are effective for this pose. I like to kind of go back and forth. If you're using a pillow, you're using a pillow, right? And it probably doesn't have a wide or a long setting. So if you don't have a block and the pillow feels too soft, you could even use a book. We'll come down and we'll place our head either on a pillow or it might just go to the floor. Walk our feet as wide as is comfortable for your unique body and let the knees come in toward one another. And then we're focusing on letting go of the shoulders. So we might have both of our arms in a cactus shape. Yeah. So this pose can be a little uncomfortable, depending on your body and the block or whatever you're using as a prop. As long as it's not painful, we'll try to just soften here and feel support. We're starting with our knees in this shape. We might end up straightening the legs if that's comfortable for your body. I would suggest bringing your big toes toward each other and your heels a little apart. Notice where your breath goes. Now, can you focus on breathing into the back of your body wherever you feel support by your prop, pillow, or the block? Feel your ribs expand in the back body as well as the sides and the front. And then rolling off to one side, doesn't matter which one, but we'll take a moment to use our upper arm as a pillow, or if you have a pillow that you're using, you could use that. Knees are both bent. We're in kind of a little fetal position here, breathing into the space between our shoulder blades. And slowly coming up to a seated pose. And as we come to our seat, reach behind your back for opposite wrists or elbows. And bring your head back in alignment with your spine. Draw your belly in. Notice if your weight is balanced more to the front of your sitting bones or the back, to the left or to the right. And try to find center for you. And change the cross of your wrists or elbows. Release your hands, let them rest on your lap. A few moments here with our breath. Palms gather at your heart, bowing your head slightly. May this practice be an offering to settle our bodies and really feel into where we could use stability or boundaries, and where we could open up to flexibility, to going with the flow. And finding the balance between the two so that we can really show up in a good way, do our work in the world from a full place. When we focus on these things, even for an hour, we help to create just a little more peace in our own nervous system, which helps us be truer advocates of peace in the world. In that spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Malukia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Pache, Paz. In the spirit of our collective, collaborative liberation, we say Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be, Kapu Aloha, in Lakach, Satnam, Namaste, Natakwiasan, Black Lives Matter.